Hello students, today we'll discuss about the double helical model of DNA. See, DNA is a double stranded structure. What I have also discussed about the biochemistry of DNA in one of my classes, and this double helical model, this is also the doubts of some of my students. So today I'll discuss about the double helical model. Actually, who has proposed this structure and how this double helical model it is stabilized, then how the two polynucleotide chains of DNA they are coiled around each other forming the double helix. What are the salient features of this model? All these things we'll discuss here. Okay, so let's discuss double helical model of DNA. It was first X-ray diffraction photocopies of DNA were taken by Franklin and Wilkin. These Franklin and Wilkin, they have taken the X-ray diffraction photocopies of DNA, and basing on the X-ray diffraction photocopies taken by Franklin and Wilkin, James Watson and Francis Crick, they have produced one three-dimensional structure of DNA, and for that they got the Nobel Prize in 1953. See, the double helical structure of DNA, what I have drawn this structure here, the two strands of the helix, the two strands of the double helix, they are such coiled, and there is such an imaginary axis is present, like that they have been coiled, okay, and all the salient features basing upon that what James Watson and Francis Crick have proposed, we'll discuss one by one point wise. Okay, so see, first one, the helically coiled strands means according to this model, what is there, the two strands of this DNA, they are coiled in such a manner such that an imaginary axis is present and they form a double helix structure. Okay, second, anti-parallel by nature. The anti-parallel by nature means what? One strand of DNA, it is 5' to 3' directed, and another is from 5' to 3' directed, means this strand is 5' to 3' running, and this is also 5' to 3' running in opposite direction. So see, and in one of my video I have told you that always the polynucleotide chain synthesis means how the nucleotides they join one upon another to form a polynucleotide chain. What is the direction of synthesis also I have told you. The direction of synthesis is always from 5' to 3', and in the two strands of DNA, see this strand it is 5' to 3' synthesized, means it is running downwards, and this strand it is synthesized in opposite direction, 5' to 3' direction. Okay, so the two strands they are running in opposite direction, so they are anti-parallel by nature. Then the third point, plectonymic coiling. What is plectonymic coiling actually? Plectonymic coiling means what? The two strands of DNA they cannot be separated except unwinding the coil. See, we have here discussing about the BDNA. Okay, and in BDNA this means the two strands they are such coiled, they cannot be separated except unwinding the coil, means we can't pull it out suddenly, except unwinding the coil it cannot be rewinded. Okay, it cannot be rewinded, so this is called plectonymic coiling. Then the width of DNA. Width of DNA means what is the real width which is maintained in the whole structure of DNA? It is 20 angstrom. 20 angstrom is the width of DNA of BDNA. Okay, then the complementary base pair. What is complementary base pair? We know that in DNA 4 types of nucleotides are present, that is adenosine monophosphate, guanosine monophosphate, then cytosine or cytidine monophosphate, then thymidine monophosphate. So A, T, G, C, these A, T, G and C, these are the 4 nucleotides, adenine, thymine, guanine and cytosine. So complementary base pairing means what? In one strand if A is present, then in the opposite strand, in the other complementary strand, T is present, that is thymine is present, that is A is complementary to T, and guanine is also complementary to cytosine and vice versa. Okay, so complementary base pairs are present in the two strands of DNA, so that they can be, these two strands are held together to form the double helical structure. Then sugar phosphate backbone. What is sugar phosphate backbone? In the previous class I have also discussed about the biochemistry of DNA, where I have told you that in the single nucleotide structure 3 components are there, that is nitrogenous base, sugar and phosphate. Out of these 3 components, the sugar and phosphate, see in the structure I have clearly shown you that sugar, phosphate, sugar, phosphate, sugar, phosphate. In one of the strands sugar and phosphate they are present in the what? These are present towards the periphery. And another strand also, see, sugar, here also sugar, phosphate, phosphate means sugar, sugar. See, phosphate means sugar, phosphate, sugar, phosphate. These are present towards the periphery. So sugar and phosphate backbone, they make this structure stabilized. But means it is sugar and phosphate backbone. Why? Because one nucleotide's sugar, the 3' OH of the sugar, it forms a nucleophilic attack on the 5' phosphate of the next nucleotide to form a polynucleotide chain. These are the polynucleotide chains. These two polynucleotide chains are formed. So in the periphery region, sugar and phosphate backbone is there, and the nitrogenous bases, see, adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine, these are present towards the center. Okay. Actually, the nitrogenous bases, they carry the genetic information, whereas the sugar and phosphate, they make the structural role. Okay. So this is sugar phosphate backbone. Then about the hydrogen bonds. What are these hydrogen bonds? Hydrogen bonds are there. There are 2 hydrogen bonds are there between adenine and thymine, and there are 3 hydrogen bonds present between the guanine and cytosine, and vice versa. See, it is not like that A, T and G, C, these are only present. Vice versa is also there. T, A and C, G, it is also there. Okay. So in the vice versa region, means always A pairs with the T and guanine, that is G pairs with the C or cytosine. Okay. So A, T, G, C, these are the complementary base pairs. In between A and T, 2 hydrogen bonds, and in between G and C, 3 hydrogen bonds are present. These hydrogen bonds, they make the structure stabilized so that the 2 strands, they remain very tightly coiled around each other. Okay. Then phosphodiester linkage. Just I have told you about the phosphodiester linkage, that is consecutive nucleotides of a single polynucleotide chain, they are linked by 3' to 5' phosphodiester linkage. The linkage is formed in this direction, 3' to 5' direction, always during synthesis of a polynucleotide chain. So the strands direction remains 5' to 3'. Is it clear to all of you? If any doubt is there regarding in my teaching, then you can comment in the comment box and ask me the questions. So phosphodiester linkage. Then about the major and minor grooves. What are the grooves? See, these major and minor grooves are present consecutively. Alternatively, these are present. Alternatively means what? See, here this is a minor groove, very shallow groove here, and this is a major or very deep groove. Again shallow groove, again major means major groove. Okay, so minor, major, minor, major, and here also major, minor, major, minor. So alternatively, major and minor grooves are formed automatically during the stabilization of the structure. Okay, so the major and minor grooves, they are present here. See, major groove, minor groove, here minor groove, major groove. Likewise, major and minor grooves are present in the structure of DNA to make the structure stabilized. Then about the last one, 10 base pairs in a single turn of the helix. What is a single turn? Let's discuss. See, this is a single turn starting from here. Supposed to be this turn, it is starting from here, and this turn it ends here. This is a single turn of the helix. In this single turn of the helix, exactly 10 base pairs. 10 base pairs means ATGC, likewise 10 base pairs are present. And what is the length of this single turn of the helix? It is 34 angstrom. 34 angstrom means what it reveals? Means consecutive base pair distance is 3.4 angstrom. 3.4 angstrom. Okay. So 10 base pairs are present in a single turn of the helix. Width of the structure is 20 angstrom, and major and minor groups are present alternatively, and there is always complementary base pairing between the 2 strands. Okay, and there are 2 hydrogen bonds and 3 hydrogen bonds between AT and GC. All these structures, they make the three-dimensional structure of DNA. It is stabilized. Okay, so how, see what is there? Biochemistry of DNA, I have also taught you to make it clear about the double helical model, and I will also give the link of that that topic here, which we can refer. Okay, and if you have any doubt, then ask me, and like and share my channel. Thank you.